This morning's class is dynamic abs. Your abdominal muscles is what we're going to focus on today, girls. So we're going to start on the floor, and it's going to be a dynamic express class. This will be only 20 minutes long, and we're really going to focus on that midsection. Of course, in Pilates, we always do focus on the core, but this time we're going to make it a little bit more dynamic. So it's going to be much more moving, much more sort of strength element to the abs. So I want you to start by staying on all fours to start with. And in this position, make sure your knees are over underneath your hips and your shoulders are over your hands. And you're just going to start by just warming the body up, rocking forward and back into the wrists, noticing what the spine is doing and the abs are doing. Listen to the body. Notice any feelings in the abdominal cavity, in your tummy area, upper and lower. So you should be able to feel them switching on and off as we do this. Okay, still in kneeling, stay at the side, and then we're just going to just warm the body up in some nice dynamic moves. Freely through the shoulders here. And then just spin the hands round, looking where you're going, feeling the rotation of that cylinder of muscles around which is the core. Nice. Sitting up now with your legs straight. I'm just going to reach towards the toes and feel a nice stretch behind the legs, and then come up to sitting again with a nice straight back. Just reach and back. Reach. So feeling the hamstrings switching on and off, but this is also going to just stretch out that lower back a little bit so that we feel freer in those abs. But as we do this, our abs are already working. So here we're now going to do a nice rotation and the bow and arrow movement. Now, if this is too stressful for your hamstrings, you may want to kneel doing this one. If not, if you can, let's just sweep it down so it's close to the mat now. So point to the corner of the mat. As you can see, we're doing it a lot faster than we would do with Pilates, so that we can get a little bit more dynamic through those muscles and have that strength. Lovely. Okay, so let's go back onto all fours. That's your warm up. So here, I want you to start with cat and cow. This is a really, really simple abdominal exercise. So as you take an inhale, exhale, draw the tummy right in to the spine, drop the head down, and then allow it to go back into the cow. So this in itself is a great exercise to start the lengthening and shortening of the muscles in this abdominal area. So use the breath as well, because that helps the abdominals to contract. So you breathe out as you flex. Breathe in as you lengthen. Breathe out as you flex. Turning the tailbone under. Feeling those abs. Right, now find yourself into a nice flat back. Make sure that you're not sitting back on your feet here. Just keep those weight over the knees and over the wrists. Here, allow the belly to let go. So allow it to be fat like that. Take an inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, you just breathe out and draw the belly muscles in. And then allow them to go on the inhale. Exhale, draw them in. So you breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. So again, very simple abdominal exercise. You just draw the muscles in. We've got gravity against us here. It's also amazing for your pelvic floor, this one. You may feel your pelvic floor kicking in as you draw those muscles in. It is all connected. One more time, draw those muscles into the abs. Hold. Sit back and stretch. Breathe normally, just stretch that spine out here. Lovely. Coming into all fours again. We're going to float the right hand. Now you don't have to stretch it forward, just keep it where you want it. The left leg goes behind. So we're going to lift that left leg up and down. So again, abdominals. We're going to make it a little bit more dynamic then. 4 more on this leg. 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1. Now we're going to reach round, touch your foot, and then come back. So now we've got the waist working, the abs are working to keep that leg up. Good. 3 more. 3. Look where you're going with that hand. 2 and 1. Hold it. With the leg strong, hand goes back down. So tip the hip down and then lift the hip up. So tip the hip right down. So this is a little bit of a strength through the hip, but you are using your abs as well. So I'll just add that. It's a nice little hip opener. So it's like your hip, lifting that hip towards the TV or wherever you're watching, through that little hip joint, that's what your glute need. Or more, and take a rest, sit back and stretch. Ooh. Let's turn around so you can see what we're doing on the other side. So now we've got the left arm floating, right leg behind. So lift that leg. 1, 2, this arm doesn't do anything. 3, keep those abs in. 4, 5, and on 6, hold it here, rotate round. 1. Now normally you find one side is not as good as the other. 2. So you feel a crunch in that left side. 3, through the waist. 4, keep those abs in. 5, 6, hold it, your hand back down, rotate the hip up. 1, not so easy for me on the side. 2, so really rotate that leg. 4, 3, even, I can't count. 4, oh yes. 5, 6, and then sit back and stretch. Good exercise, that one. You'll feel that in those abs. Okay, side work. Onto your elbow, and we will bring our knees in for this one. So we're on here. Now, easy ab exercise. Level 1 is where you're just lifting the abs off the floor and on the floor. Off the floor. So think the focus is here, not your shoulder. So focus on those abs. You can stay with that if you want to. Otherwise, cross the feet on top, in front of each other, and then we're going to come up onto. So you're on your shoulder now here, mainly, and your shin. If you want to, you can go there. It's a side plank. If you want to, see if I can do it. Go all the way up, all the way down. Let's try 4 of these. 3, 2, 1, and hold. Strong shoulder, wide shoulders, and take it down. Oh, that was tough. Let's do the other side. Not doing many reps of everything. I want you to get into this. So level 1 is lifting the waist off the floor, up and down, using the waist muscles, crunching in and out. You can stay there if you want to. 1 foot in front of each other, shoulder underneath, elbow underneath the shoulder. Lift and lower is the next level. We can go here. So try and push the hip up to the ceiling. Just the hips going up. Okay, if you want to, let's try the bigger level. Lift. 1, 2, 3. Let's hold on 4. This is hard on this side for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, and rest down. Woo! Yes, you can feel that, can't you? All right, so now we're on the back on our fronts. Whew, let's go into downward dog. Take toes behind you. We'll just do bear pose first. So draw the core in. So allow, that's it, not engage. So draw, engage that midsection. I like to tilt my tailbone slightly under. My abs come into my ribs. And then we go into the downward dog. Here it's just a little stretch. Bend the knees if you find your hamstrings aren't long enough. Okay, then we're coming down onto the knees. And again, lift it up. Stretch. Slowly down onto the knees. It's really good for strength. Through the arms. But your abs are doing some work here. They are pulling in. So now, let's work this a bit different. So we lift up onto our toes. Keep your toes up. Do a little cat stretch for me here. So really curl that spine up. Draw the abs in as you come back down to the mat. Relax the spine. Little cat stretch. Draw the abs in. Lift yourself back up. Little cat stretch. Draw the abs in. Drop yourself down. Little cat stretch. Tailbone toe. Pulling through that midsection. Around the belly button. And again, pull in. Drop down. One more time. Hold there. Feel a nice stretch. Strength. Drawing that tailbone up to the ceiling. And then back down. Ooh, really good. Okay, we're going to go onto our backs. Grab a little towel if you can. I've just done with my little towel. So I'm grabbing a little towel because we don't often, when people do these abdominal curls, these are like classic abdominal exercise that everybody does. And really what happens is their tummies aren't strong enough, these muscles, and then their neck takes over. So what we're going to do is to get a little towel and place it on the mat like that, lengthways. I'm just going to lie on it there. So there's a bit here that kind of cradles your head. So your towel is cradling your head. So let's think abdominals first. Take an inhale, exhale, draw the abs in, feel like they're on. Have a poke around. My back is nicely in the mat there. This is what I want you to do. Back is in the mat. You feel your abs on. Your glutes are not on, but your abs are on. So already in this position, my abs are working for about 10%, I would say. Take an inhale, exhale, use your hands to help your head come up. So this is your hands doing the work, and then the abs shorten here. And then we drop down, and then they rest and let go. As they let go, you can see there's a gap there. Push the back in the mat, abs are on. Exhale. Inhale. So this stops your neck taking over. I want you to be really aware that this muscle here is shortening as we lift up and then lengthening as we go down slowly. So exhale, lift up, hold. So all the weight is in your hands and in your towel. Your abs are on. Let's do some little crunches here. Use your abs, not your hands. They're just holding your head. This is what's working here. Let's go shorten. Shorten, keep that back in the mat. 3, 2, 1, hold it, you're 100%, make sure your neck is not working, you've got all that weight in your towel, this is on, it's burning, and take a lift, rest down. So that's just basic abdominal curls, but done the correct way. This is important. So now we're going to do a little oblique curl because these muscles here also play part in the abdominal cavity. So we're going to take your hands behind your head. With the left hand, you're going to reach beyond your knee and then take it back. And the other side, reach. And that little pause really helps the muscle to become active and strong. All the time my back is in the mat. All the time my muscles are always on. They're not switched off. I'm not letting go in between. So keep the tension on. Now we're going to make this a little bit more dynamic. Let's go with the music. Up, down. So as you do when you're in a class, often this is the speed that we go at. Can you see that it's kind of slightly easier because you have momentum? I can feel other muscles taking over. Yes? Let's just do 4 anyway. 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Take a rest. Grab your towel. Place it round your right foot now. So we're just holding that leg to stretch on the hamstring. If you can, just grab it with one hand. If you can't manage that, do it with a band. It's fine. So back is in the mat here, tailbone is down. And we're just going to lift this heavy leg up on the other side and then drop it. Just imagine this a bowl of water where your toes are and then come back up. So this, what we're doing here is we're working one side of the abs. I can feel my left side is working. Right side we have stable muscles. We'll lengthen the hamstring while we're at it. Don't allow that foot to drop down. Your abs are working hard. You should be able to feel this. Keep the back down. As your leg drops down, you can feel when it gets heavy there, these abs are working harder just there, and then they let go just here. Okay, so just for me, it's there when they start to work. Then we come back up. And again, drop down. Use the breath on the hard bit. So if you breathe out on the hard bit, it will also help those muscles to work even better. One more on that leg. Gently place it down. Switch legs. We get a bit of a hamstring stretch at the same time. So I want you just to stabilise that leg really. Okay, here we go. Back is still in that mat. We lift the leg up, so knees together, and then drop down into that bowl of water. So feel the pull through the abs. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Drop it down. And in. And again, tighten. And in. One more time. Tighten, hold, and then rest. Okay, so pop the towel around your legs. The knees are into the chest here. And then we're just going to drop the leg. Now this is the easy option. Okay, just allow your legs to be heavy in your towel. Drop them down. Feel how the abs feel. Then you can use your arms to pull your legs back up. This is the easy option. So again, we're dropping 2 toes into the water. But if you find it's hard to bring your legs back up without your back taking over, you can use your arms behind, to pull you with that towel. A little bit of arm action as well. Bicep curls. Yes, if not, let's do this without the towel. The legs are right into the chest. Keep these abs on. See how they feel. Yes, here's harder. This is getting harder. This is getting harder. That is hard. Let's slowly back up. It's hard, then it gets easier here. Easy, easy, easy. So I want you to be mindful of where you feel hard. If it's just too hard and your back starts to arch, you need to stop or go back to the towel version. Slowly drop. Slowly back in. So the more reps you do, the more fatigue you're going to find and the more other muscles will take over. So sometimes these here, off of my legs, I can actually feel mine doing that now. So just do one more rep after this. Okay, this time, if you're feeling like it's easy, you're going to hold it hard bit. So keep the back in the mat. Abs are on. Breathe. Hold it the hard bit. Oh, mine's twitching. Rest the upper body. Slowly down. Ooh. Yes, just rock side to side just to ease those muscles on. That's quite a hard one. Your legs are very heavy, and so you are working your abdominals under load. In fact, it's much harder than your classic aerobic class abdominal exercise, as you can see. We're going to finish off with a series of planks. If you don't want to do planks, if you have any lower back issues, you may want to quit now. That's absolutely fine. I am going to build this up from nothing though. So get on your elbows here, and we're just going to rock forward and back. Just get your shoulders going again. Just find where that feels. Now, when you go there at that angle, your abs start to switch on. So don't allow the back to give in here. Keep the back in alignment, nice and strong. Use the breath. So hold it here where you feel your abs are working. This is a half plank. Shoulders are working as well, but abs are really holding that body up. This is the abs not holding the body up. So keep your abs up, keep your legs, your bum is slightly up, and your back is straight there. Hold it. So you can keep with that if you want to. Take a little rest, come into baby pose. All right, we're going to take this up a notch. So as you go into that half plank, spine is lifted, lift one leg, lift the other leg, bum is slightly up. It's better that way than the other way. Drop the knee down, drop the knee down, baby pose. Come back, half plank, rock into it. One leg is straight, other leg is straight. Hold. Down with the knee, down with the knee. Come forward, stretch back. And again. So get into half plank. So you want to rock forward, so your bum is over in the middle line, if you like. One leg up. Hold. Keep it held if you can. Tailbone is tucked. Feel the thighs, shoulders. Hold it. Bend the knee, take a rest. So it isn't all about those abdominal curls, guys, or about just planks. There was a good selection there of exercises for the whole of the abdominal area, hopefully in a very safe way. Line in front, so let's just stretch out. So bring your shoulder and elbows underneath your shoulders and just reach forward into that cobra. So I want you really to feel length through the abs now. So all of these are long. Yes. If you feel that's not really giving you a stretch, you can put your hands underneath your shoulders and then lift up like that. Feel a nice length. It's up to you. I feel better here. I'm going to stay there. So now just look over your shoulder, just to stretch. Push the hip down on the right side. I'm looking over my left shoulder. And then the other side. Hip down on the left side. Look over the right shoulder. Keep twisting there. So we're stretching out the obliques a little bit. That's your waist muscles. Good. Okay, to make this harder, bring the leg up as well. Stretch the inner thigh. Just look over to the knee, come back, on the side. So we're here, what I'm stretching is the left side oblique. You can see it's nice and long, hips down. And then take a rest. Coming up to sitting. Do your abs feel heavy? Legs are wide, just stretch through again. Now spin forward, reach round. So again, this is just reaching out through the torso. Lower back sometimes can feel this because it is part of that abdominal cavity. The muscles do attach to the spine, so you may feel there, and they will be muscles. It's just muscles rolling the shoulders. Lovely. Just stretch again, rotate. Look behind you if you can. And the other side, grab hold of the knee, pull yourself round, over the shoulder. Good. Bring your hands together, give yourself a little clap. Well done, good workout today. Hope you enjoyed that. Express abs, dynamic abs.